Hi guys, so I'm back with a new video and let's talk about Quicksand. So this is a brand new Shudder original that is available right now. I think it comes out the day I'm filming this, and this is a survival horror where, yeah, you can probably guess what happens here. People get stuck in quicksand, and yeah, I don't think we've had like a survival horror in a while, and this premise is sort of new. I don't remember any films about quicksand, so yeah, I guess let's just jump into my thoughts and my review. And yeah, so as I said, pretty simple premise. A couple gets stuck in quicksand while they're hiking through a Colombian rainforest. That's the basic, like the most basic premise. Obviously, there's a few things here and there that I think are interesting to find out. So I'm not gonna reveal what those things are. But overall, yeah, it's a pretty simple, straightforward premise. And yeah, the movie stars Carolina Gaitan, Alan Occo, hope I'm pronouncing everyone's name right, Sebastian Eslava, and Andres Castaneda. Yeah, this is the mix of like Colombian actors, and I think the main actor Alan, I think, is Canadian. And yeah, it's a pretty small cast. Obviously, there's like little appearances from people in the background, obviously, but like proper characters, there's not a lot more than these four. And yeah, let's get to my thoughts. So, as I said, this is a pretty simple, straightforward story, really basic, but it's fairly entertaining. I was like a little bit bored towards the end, just because I think they dragged some things a bit too much. And it's a small film, so it's just an hour and 25 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. And you do feel it drag at times, but I can understand it. There's not a lot that they can do with this like scenario. Yeah, there's a limited amount of struggles that they can pull off while they're stuck in that quicksand. And when it comes to that, I actually think they did an amazing job making it creative and always having like something happening. There's another like plot happening at the same time as this couple is stuck in the quicksand. But when it comes like to the survival aspect, they do fairly well. They are creative, and they are creative as well with the cinematography. This is clearly a low budget film, but it's not super noticeable because they use like what they have really well. There's like some really interesting camera movements to simulate things happening. There's like really interesting angles to block some things, and yeah, I think they did really well with what they had. They get creative, they have stuff happening, and most of all, they set up things pretty well. I think the story, when it comes to the characters and why things are happening the way they happen, it's really well set up. The characters are really well developed, and by the end, you really feel for them. So that's a plus. Like with a movie like this, you need to care about the characters and you want them to survive. So that definitely happens here. So I really liked most aspects about this film. There isn't anything that I would say is bad. the story is basic, but I wasn't expecting anything like super like artistic or anything. This is what I was expecting. The characters are, as I said, well developed. The actors do a pretty good job. You don't feel like any like bad acting or awkward moments with the actors. I think they are pretty good, and they have like a good chemistry. There's one line or two that is a bit iffy, don't flow really well, but like for the most part, like 99% of the film, it's pretty good. Again, the cinematography really well made, like in terms of like the low budget aspect. I thought it was pretty inventive, and yeah, I don't think there's anything bad about this film. It might not just be like a great film just because it's simple, but it's exactly what I was expecting and what I wanted. So at the end of the day, I'm happy with this one, and I guess let's move on to my scores. So overall, I give the film a 3 out of 5. As I said, I don't think there's anything bad about this film. The slightly low score, it's not really low, it's above average. It's just because how simple it is, and there's nothing really outstanding about it. It's just fine, it's good, it's entertaining, and I think that's not a bad thing for this film. Cinematography, I also give it a 3 out of 5. Even though I really enjoyed what they did, and how like creative they got with the cinematography and the camera movement and all of that, I don't think it's like, again, outstanding or really artistic. It's well made, and that's fine. And originality, I give it a 2.5 out of 5. Even though the Quicksand setup is at least new to me, like how everything happens isn't super original. There's a few cliches here, like the survival aspect, it has been done. There's that friend that you're supposed to meet, but then you don't meet with that friend, and they get suspicious that something happened to you. So there's a few cliches in this, so that's why I don't give it like a high score. But I liked it, and there's nothing wrong with being a little bit more basic and simple. Sometimes you just want that, you just want a simple survival horror, and I think that's what you get here. A simple story with good characters, and entertaining watch. So yeah guys, these are my thoughts on Quicksand. As I said, this is already available on Shudder, so if you end up seeing it or if you've seen it already, let me know in the comments what you thought. I would say this is pretty similar to Curve, and I really enjoyed that film. That one is a bit more fast-paced, so yeah, if you like Curve, you might like this one. And if you have any other like similar movies like survival horror, let me know in the comments, because I really enjoyed that like subgenre of horror. I've seen a few, but I'm always looking for new ones, so let me know in the comments more survival horror, and I might do a video about that subgenre and some recommendations, who knows. And yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video.